Okay, so you own a house, but you also want to buy a house. There are 3 ways to do this. There's the easiest way, there's the most common way, and there's the most secure way, and we're gonna go over all of those. I'm Jordan Bellinger, and I wanna show you 3 different ways to sell your house and to buy a house. We're gonna go over the most common way first. The most common way is to get your home on the market and get it under contract, and then shop for a new home, get that under contract, and that new home is going to be contingent on the sale of your current home. And then you work to get both of those aligned nice, and ideally close on the same day, or possibly close on your sale, and then get a lease back, and then close on your purchase, and make a nice smooth transition from your current house to the new house without having to go into temporary living and things like that. Okay, so let's make this as simple as possible. So you're looking at selling your house. You put your house on the market and you get it under contract January 1st. And that close date is February 1st. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, can we get a 2-week lease back on that sale so that we have a little bit more time to get our new home under contract? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. But we're using this as an example. So here, you are under contract, then you close this day and you get your cash, your money out of that house so you can buy another house. Then, but you're still living in your same house during this time. But at the beginning, over here, at the first beginning of the contract, so we're under contract, and around this time, we are going to go and we are going to get a new house under contract. This is your purchase. This is the new house. January 10th, we're closing February 10th. So this February 10th is actually within that lease back. So to break things down, you close here, you get your money for the new house, you're still in the house, and you close then. Now, once you close on February 10th, you get your keys to the house and you have a new house. And if you need that time in between here and here, you have it. But if not, you can move out, move into the new house, and then get this one cleaned and then move out and say, hey, we don't need that lease back as long. We're gonna actually turn the property over earlier, and then, so let's say your lease back is there. Then everything's good. That is how you buy and sell a house, or sell and buy a house at the same time. It's kind of complicated, but we do it all the time. So there you go. Number 2 way is the easiest way. Now the easiest way has some complications. So one of the complications is you could potentially have 2 mortgages. And the problem with 2 mortgages is it's 2 mortgages. The 2 mortgage plan, what you do is you go to a lender, you get qualified to buy a house without ever worrying about selling your house. That means you can own both houses at the same time. You go out on your own time with no pressure, and you look and find a house that you want. Whether it takes you a day, it takes you a week, or it takes you months. You can take all the time you need to find that next house. This is super common with dream house buyers. When you're looking to buy your dream house, you want the time. So with the dream house, you go buy a house just like you would buying your very first house without having to sell anything. You go buy that house, you move in, you renovate, you do whatever you want to do with that new house. And then once you get moved in, you get settled, we prep your sale and we get that on the market and we sell it just like we would as they were 2 separate transactions. That, if you can handle the finances of it, it is the easiest, the least amount of stress possible, but a lot of people don't qualify for that, and that's okay. Number 3, number 3 is the most secure. It's the safest. It's the one that makes you feel the most comfortable, but it is a higher level of stress. What you do is you sell your house. So the house that you're in, you sell it. You get it under contract, you sell it. What you'll do is you'll move into a temporary living situation. You might move in with family, you might rent an apartment, you might stay in a hotel, whatever it might be, but you move into a temporary living situation, and then while you're there, you go look for the house to buy. The reason this is the most secure is you close out that sale where you don't have to worry about it, and then you move and purchase a buy. You're also treating these like 2 different transactions. You're moving from your current home to temporary living, and then from temporary living to your next home. The reason it's more secure is because you don't have to buy that is contingent on selling your house. In the first situation, which is the most common, if the buyer that's buying your house, that transaction falls through for any reason, your new house is going to fall through as well, and everything changes, and that's unfortunately a variable you can't control what the buyer does or doesn't do. So those are the 3 different ways to sell and buy. First is the most common. You get your house under contract, you buy a house contingent, you line up the closings. Second way is the easiest. You go buy a house. You qualify for both. You go buy a house, you take your time, you renovate, you do whatever you want, then you sell your house. 2 separate transactions. Financial burden is much higher, right? And qualification burden is much higher. Third is going to be the most secure. It's the safest. It's selling your house, moving into temporary living, and then buying a house. So 3 options. They are different for every seller. Some sellers might like one or the other. Some sellers might be able to do all 3, and they typically, if they can do all 3, they typically choose to buy and then to sell. But anyways, want to go over that with you. That is one of the most common questions I get from my clients when it comes to, hey, I own a home, but I want to buy that home over there. How do we do this? So hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions or there's anything I can do for you, let us know. My name is Jordan Bellinger with Bellinger Real Estate Group at Coldwell Banker Apex in the North Texas market. So, one more thing. We have agents. We have a network of agents all over the world. So even though you might not be in North Texas, if you are anywhere in the world, let us know. Most likely we have agents in that area that can help you buy or sell your real estate. So that is all. I will see you guys on the next video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.